Hello and welcome back to another First Impressions video. Today we're taking a look at a free-to-play MMO just going out into beta. It's called Heroes of the Obelisk. It is a fantasy action-heavy RPG. So the first thing we're going to do is going to see there's three classes. I'm going to go with a mage-style class, so that would be this guy right here. You can see on the left a breakdown of this type of stats they focus on, almost entirely on int in this case. Other customizations, you can choose your face color, your gender, and then your hair color. That's pretty much it. And then, of course, your name. So let's get into the game and try it out. So I would have to say the gameplay and graphic style kind of make me almost think of Terra with bobbleheads. But here we go. The daily reward, you come up to her and you just get a random daily reward. You pick one of the spots on the top and then it'll randomly lead to where you get one of these rewards. You can get enhancements for armor or weapons, and pretty much level based. So, personally, me being low level, I wouldn't mind getting some level 10 enhancements, but I can see hoping for higher stuff here if you're a higher level. It looks good going way over the end. Almost reminds me of the old Price is Right game, Plinko, I believe it's called. You can do that once a day, get your reward. There's also going to be a lot of quests. In fact, one of the first quests is going to take you to do that. Controls are WASD movement, right click to pan, left click you can actually move. If you hold down double click, by default it'll auto move you. So if you're used to holding down both mouse buttons to move around in an MMO, you might want to look into rebinding your keys. Also, another little tip, the audio starts pretty loud, so once you get out of the tutorial and into the game itself, you can hit escape, go into the settings, and change it. It does have separate audio sliders for music and for game effects. You can see the quest system. Traditional MMO quest system, you're going to have the exclamation point, question mark, M for minimap, and then a lot of times you can also have arrows directing your way. I'm going to stop wandering around town and head to a dungeon. This is a single player dungeon, so let's try it out. This is the first instance you can come to. One thing you might notice is there are a lot of mobs, and I have some AoE effects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round them all up and go for it. There is a timer. You can have a little bit of competitive aspect, try to beat the record for the completion time. Little tip, dungeons aren't necessarily just one room. So when I was clearing it out, I was like, okay, I think I'm finished. Why am I not getting credit? There's actually a boss room at the end once you clear all the monsters here out. Pretty easy. I just gotta round them up, not die. 2 is a shield spell, and then 3 is an AoE. So I basically will go round up guys and then get into a clump in 3. If I get low, I can hit F1 or F3 for potions. Looks like guys are starting to de-aggro. I better get back into the fights. You can pick up currency by walking over it, but you do have to hit E to pick up anything else. Let's get a nice little run up and AoE. A little more action focused, not quite maybe Guild Wars level of action, but more so than maybe even Warcraft. It does seem faster paced than that style of gameplay. Got the little ring around me saying I'm out of combat. Also, I believe this tells me right now... No, this is not telling me that the area is clear. This is just telling me I'm out of combat. And this is the last group I have here. After this group, I'm going to go through, loot all the stuff, grab all the herbs. There's a chest here you can open too. Might be kind of hard to open that chest if you're trying to get the record time. And then you can go into the next area. Once you clear the trash, you can come into the boss room. You got Pumbaa, pretty much, and a couple of his buddies. In my case, I'm going to drop my shield, do AoE to kill his buddies, and then it's pretty much tank and spank at this point. Since I am not a tank, I'm going to use potions to do the work for me. Thankfully, they give you like 50 health and 50 mana to begin with, so that does help. You do have an auto attack. It's not terrible even as a mage, but you also have three activated abilities. One's a single target, one's an AoE, one's a shield. You do not get interrupted. It looks like your spell pushback when you're casting in combat. So you can cast when you're getting hit as though you weren't. You did see the little AoE cone, so you do get warnings. You can try to dodge out of them. I'm finding for the most part, I can just kind of tank it. I can just chug lots of potions. Might not be optimal. Ooh, I'm gonna grab that fast before it despawns. On that, just kind of work them down. Eventually, you'll get low. I found my AoE actually hits harder than my single target, so I do hit my AoE every time it's up. It's also an instant cast. That always helps. just about having him telling me it means no worries, and he's dead. You can come over here and loot all this stuff, and then this is also part of my quest too. So, and then one last thing, of course, your dungeon reward. This does work with parties, so you just kind of pick a reward. Your choices are take the reward or reserve. If you hold reserve, it'll improve your loot in the future. So it's a good way to go ahead and, hey, that's not for me, I don't want that, and you get something, save up something better later. Kind of almost like a DKP system, but in the game. I have to look at Heroes of the Obelisk, interesting free-to-play game, currently open beta, check it out. Like the content, stay tuned to more for MMO play. I'm going to go turn on my quest and get my reward.